the perfect nighttime ambience. Welcome back to more Sonic Unleashed. Last time we delved deep onto this planet after Eggman went and destroyed it. Excuse me, sir. And as a result of Eggman and Sonic being kind of a dunderhead, as a result of that, we became this beast. Only becoming this beast at nighttime. In this episode, we're gonna explore the city while at night. And last time, this guy seemed really bummed out. The planet's broken, it's all over. There's no point in making ice cream anymore. Notice right there how he has those purple swirls above his head. No, they're not what you think they are. But remember that for later, because that's gonna be basically part of an optional thing later. And if we talk to him, I believe. You present quite a frightening visage. Not that it matters. With the world in a mess, the planet splitting, what really matters? Oh, who cares? You alright? It is not a matter of me being alright or not. Even that does not hold any importance anymore. He's got the same purple swirls above his head too. So just remember that for later. I might as well talk to the folks around here now that we're in a different form. Are you the gentleman I met earlier today? I knew it. Yes, I remember your little friend. Good evening to the both of you. How are you doing? Which reminds me, I saw a two-tailed fox fly past heading towards the entrance stage. He wouldn't be a friend of yours, would he? He was in a terrible hurry. Well, I think we may know a two-tailed fox. But as you can see, gameplay has switched up a lot from the daytime. Yeah, gameplay switched up a lot right here. What do you say? A leisurely stroll at night isn't that bad. I mean, with this music, I can understand why. So obviously, as you saw, we have that. We also have this. Those will be important for later. But for right now, that's basically all we got, especially in the hub town right here. We also have a run, as you can see. So we still have a means of moving fast. I'm just talking to everyone while it's night. How are things going? You look shorter instead. I got taller because I have cleats on. Did you eat something funny? You could say that I breathed something funny. Sure. What did you say? Did you see a two-tailed fox? He was right here just a minute ago. He had big bushy tails swinging all around. You can't miss him. Anyway, we did go and collect both of our sun medals. I'm going to make sure to get the medals in town. For you. The ice cream man's acting weird. The guy won't sell me any ice cream. What? Speaking of weird, what's with the muscles and hair and stuff? Yeah, I became an even hairier echidna. I'm kidding. Which is kind of how Sonic plays at night. We'll get more into that once we actually get into our nighttime stage. Because yes, as you'd expect, the main theme of this game is day and night cycles. We get the music again and it starts up. We have a nighttime stage to activate. But before we do so, we have some things to get in the entrance stage area. This is basically like the other hub world. We have a record right here. We get the suburbs of Windmill Isle. So it mentions using a gramophone. We don't have access to that yet, but maybe we will. Let's see. So yeah, as you can see, most of the time I'll just turn on the game just so I can listen to this awesome music right here. Because the music in this game is pretty incredible. I mean, I don't feel like this is the game that really really improved upon the music. I think that goes to Sonic Adventure, but that's not to say that other games don't have just incredible soundtracks to them. I could listen to this forever, but let's get into the stage. Windmill Isle, Act 1, Night. Let's do this. And here's our first night stage. I don't know what I said before. Yeah, our friend went off that way, so I think that two-tailed fox might look a little familiar, but yes. This is known as the Werehog. I mean, we could have known about that from the experience screen had we actually like switched over, but this is I kind of wanted to save it until this. Yes, our gameplay changes from the fast-moving hedgehog to combat and platform-based. So this is unfortunately one of the things that people don't like about it is just how slow things are with the Werehog stages. And part of me also agrees, but part of me is just like, it's kind of a breath of fresh air just to kind of take things slow. Sometimes they're just a little too slow though. Anyway, what Chip was basically explaining was these things that are coming out of everything that I'm destroying, basically. This, he calls it Dark Gaia Force, and I mean, that's not a bad name for it and such, but as you can see, it's filling in the meter down there known as Unleashed right there. On top of this as well, if you find any wooden doors like this, be sure to break them down because you'll usually find rewards. This is usually how you'll find some medals in most of these stages here, even though I just went over all of them, even though this stage is already covered in the medal compilation. Whoop, yeah, I know. I know to punch down the door that's already open. Thanks, Chip. Thanks for that. Yep, I know about the experience as well. Yeah, Chaos Orbs is what the official name is, according to Chip. Now, the thing about these Werehog stages is that your ranking is actually completely different in this. Unlike before, when it was just like reach the stage without getting hit in a certain amount of time to get the best rank, this time it's based on just how much you destroy with your claws and punches. It's definitely different for sure, but I kind of wondering just like why they decided to shake it up, because I mean, time is important to the stage as well, but it doesn't really affect your rank as much. What is affected by it, like I said, is how many enemies are defeated. But overall, it's generally just fun as well, just to like beat up everything. You get a full unleash gauge and everything, and I'll talk about what happens when you actually unleash in a bit here. Oh, we got an enemy here. These enemies, I should have gone over them right now. I forget what they're called. I forget what that one is called. Ah, I found it. Those are called Deep Nightmares. There is an in-game Beastpedia, I think it's called. I don't know the official term, honestly. But there is an in-game one. We just don't have it yet. So I had to actually look it up. But yeah, those are what it's called. And those little guys right there, these are known as Little Rexes. And it's my turn to actually go unleash mode on them. So you move incredibly fast and your attack goes up a lot. It is incredibly fun to do it. And more often than not, I finish the stage with a complete unleash meter because I kind of forget that I have it. Most of the time I want to save it for boss fights. Hey, I thought I killed you. Just, yeah, die. Yeah. The overload of enemies as well can also cause the game to slow down. So if there's a lot of slowdown, you know why. Here. And as a result, if you use your unleash in a swarm of enemies, you'll usually have it for the entirety of the swarm. It only starts going down when you stop collecting that dark Gaia Force, excuse me. But yeah. So yeah, it's slow. You also obviously have a double jump in this game. I think it's the first time you've actually been given one. And I think Sonic is good to learn how this double jump works, considering that he gets one in Sonic Colors, the sequel to this game. At least I think it's the sequel, at least in like mainline Sonic games. I think the storyline ones, Black Knight and Secret Rings, count, but I'm not sure. Also, that ring right there will actually that big ring will actually will restore you back to full health, which is nice. And we have even more new enemies that I didn't go over. Those right there are nightmares. They're weaker than the Deep Nightmares, but they can do a lot more damage. And as you notice, if I may let one attack, or else I'm just gonna kick his butt. As you notice, it's got similar kind of attack styles to us, where it's trying to punch us. So that's a little interesting right there. In addition to that, this item that I have right here that I just picked up, we also have shield buttons. Oftentimes I forget that I even have a shield. Yeah, I know, Chip. Yeah, you can block enemies with the shield. Yeah, I know about the shield. Basically your left shoulder button, not your trigger. That's your run. Break this down, because again, I'm trying to go for best rank possible. If I get lower than a certain rank, then I will actually redo a stage just to try and get a good rank. But these Werehog stages, usually I come out with the best or second best rank, which you guys probably obviously know what those ranks would be. I don't want to, but I'm kind of hoping that I do actually get like in one of these stages I perform just so bad that I am getting just the worst rank possible. I hope not, but still. Anyway, even more new enemies right here. These are red Rexes, which are a little bit stronger than the mini Rexes, but not by much. On top of that, you can also grab any sort of like small enemy right here and basically pick it up and use it to fight other enemies. It's kind of funny in that regard. Anyway, so again, a lot of these stages are just button masher beat 'em ups. They're not overly terrible. Some of them are actually like pretty good, but there are the others that are just complete stinkers, which I am not looking forward to. Again, it's weird. I feel like I have more to say for these than I do for the daytime stages where you're running, but again, I'm always running out of things to say, really. I guess I don't really know, but I guess in the meantime, I guess I could ask, hope you guys are liking the fact that I'm doing 2 LPs at once. It's weird. It's kind of funny because this game, as well as Superstar Saga, ironically, they were both released in November, which is why these LPs are coming out in November by the time you guys are seeing this. I'm recording these many months in advance just because of my schedule, and so it's weird to like honor them on their anniversary. I'm just speaking future tense right here. But the weird thing is that like day-wise, these are technically 1 day apart, but even though they're like 5 years apart from when they were actually released, so it's kind of funny in that regard. Right there is an art book. I picked up one of I think I picked up one of these in the metal collection for the stage at least, which is basically another collectible. The Werehog stages at night are definitely your incentive to actually look for the medals. And that's part of the fun of it, I guess. I use fun loosely because sometimes it's not very fun to look for those medals, but because of how much slower it is, that's your incentive to look around, plus the art books and such, and those records as well. As you can see, picked up another one. Once you collect the medal once, you're good. You don't have to collect it a second time. It's not like Mario stages. Ironic, where you had to like we had to grab the collectible then beat the stage. No, it's not like that, thank goodness. So Sega also learned from Donkey Kong Country in that regard. Open you up, and another beat 'em up in a third courtyard. I have notes as to where all the medals are for the medal compilation, and in my notes when I put the notes down for in the third courtyard where some of the medals are, I put in parentheses, yeah, this stage has a lot of courtyards, which I just like to spice up my my notes by just adding little fun flavor text as well. So as you can see as well, we're getting a hell of a lot more levels here because there's just more enemies for us to fight at one time. There's also a trick that I want to teach you. That trick right there, where you do either punch and then jump, or claw and then jump. That is very, very helpful for some shortcuts later in later stages. Like, it is incredible to know. Break this down. Wow. There we go. Okay. And we got this. This is a keystone, basically. I set that down on the corresponding switch, and that's basically how that works. And I believe the other one is right here. I think there's some other stuff beyond the door, so I'll break that down. And then let me see what's in the other ones. What's in here? Aha, more of these guys, which these guys, I actually don't know their name. Give me a second here. I guess they're called Frights. Are they? Yeah, Dark Frights. That's what these are called. And the other ones that we fought are Red Frights. Obviously, if they're red, they're going to be a lot more powerful. Sorry if I'm kind of slacking on the enemy names. I'm not. I have my other computer pulled up so that I can see my notes and see the enemies and such. But I'm not looking down at it all the time, looking at the game. Like that's like I really had to explain that, but good. There's an art book in here. Good. You can die. Yeah, your combat is slow for now, but it'll get faster. You'll get faster, and you'll get much better moves, and you'll get stronger as well. See, there's a medal that I already grabbed. I grabbed it before, obviously. Now, what also really sucks about those is that, like, in the past, I've mostly done I've picked up the medals during the nighttime stages, during the stage, and then I proceeded to just beat the game considering the ranking system for the nighttime stages. So it's weird to go into a stage, grab the medals, exit out, and then basically go through the stage again. Yeah, so I basically just leaked how it is I'm going through these stages. Do that right there. So Chip is trying to explain that there is basically like stealth right here. All it really does is allow for this. Now what I'm doing here is a very simple pause trick. That can help a lot with those quick time events. A lot of them you have to nail or else you're basically dead. Anyway, we're up really high here. And another complaint about all this, watch what happens when I press the right stick. This is all the camera control we get. And the annoying thing about that is if you're on balance beams like this and the camera shifts, it will actually change your controls, which is incredibly annoying. I mean, they're not tilt controls, but it's still annoying in the fact that if you're moving, you'll basically plummet because you're going in the wrong direction. So my advice is go slow on those balance beams if you don't know when the camera changes are coming up next. Anyway, another enemy right there. Those right there are called Darkbats. Those basically act as platforms for you, so you can basically swing across. There will be a point where you actually have to attack them, but that's not now. That's much, much, much later in the game. You can attack them if you want for some extra experience, but it's not really worth it. And while we're on the topic of this egg fighter right here, this has been an egg fighter with a shield. I think it's just called like an egg shield or something. I don't really know. Watch this. Yeah, Dark Gaia force comes out of it, which I guess is because of the fact that, you know, it's an enemy, so we would want to, you know, kill it. But this technically means that Eggman harnessed the power of Dark Gaia to fuel his robots for us, so that the robots can basically do his maintenance. It's weird to understand considering that thing that was awakened from the core of the Earth, like it would like basically spread all over the planet, and I imagine Eggman couldn't have harnessed that much energy from it to be able to power a good majority of his stuff. I don't get it. Whoa! Yeah, so we move on to this guy. This right here is basically a mini boss known simply as a Titan. He's got several attacks. That shockwave is incredibly dangerous, mostly because of the fact that you don't just get hit by it and then just walk it off. No, you have to straight up mash the button in order to be able to actually be able to come back for it. It's incredibly annoying, especially if you're fighting other enemies with it as well. So I'm just exploring around here, just making sure there's nothing else. What I got before was basically a upgraded defense and attack. You'll get those usually before a swarm of enemies, and I kind of wasted right there. So let's go Unleash mode, and let's kick your butt. Two night creatures just battling out as just one. We can kill a lot faster. Whoa! Don't be near it as well, or else it'll knock you away. And time for quick times. It might be just my imagination, but I feel like you get more experience in Dark Gaia Force by doing QTEs, especially on a mini boss. Now just carefully circle around it. You don't want to miss out on all this experience right here. You'll be kicking yourself if you do. Right there. So 10 levels, a full Unleash meter, get some more rings, and let's end our first stage by jumping. That's weird. I didn't have to jump to finish the daytime stages. That's weird. Well, I'll take that A rank. It is basically second best, which is awesome. So we get a record, an art book, and 2 art books, and another record. And as you can see, we have a lot more for the Werehog to upgrade as opposed to the Hedgehog, as you can see right there. So we're gonna start with our combat. We get new moves as a result of this. I'm gonna upgrade this a few times because there's a couple things that I want here. I think one more. There we go. I think we got all the moves that I want to start. Then we'll go and put some upgrades on all the stuff. So life, strength, unleash. Obviously strength is how fast you can take out enemies. Unleash and shield aren't exactly super important, but I would definitely upgrade them anyways. Now that I'm prone to using them as an adult. I didn't use them much when I was playing this game as a kid, but there we go. Go ahead and exit out. And that's our first nighttime stage done.
Hey, Tails.
Sonic?
What are you doing out here?
Sonic, is that really you? That's a new look. What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
Want some chocolate?
Thanks. That's some story. I'll bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this, and fast.
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
Oh, really?
Professor Pickle over at Spagonia University. I came to this city to gather some data. If we add that to his research findings, we might be able to get to the bottom of all this.
Spagonia. That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem. My Tornado 1 will get us there in a flash. Let's get going.
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
Only took Tails until the planet breaking apart to finally add a handle for Sonic to hang on to with on his tornado. Which technically the tornado shouldn't. I guess it's technically the Tornado 1. Well, Sonic, feels pretty good to fly like this. Not too shabby. The professor's just a hop skip with. What's that approaching?
Here comes the parade.
I've got this one, Sonic. Tornado, battle mode engaged.
Oh, no claw to grab me this time, huh? Sonic, to defeat enemy robots, press ABYX and that appear on screen to attack. If you fire too much, alternate between LB and RB to rebuild your power. Tornado can't be fixed while operating, so please be very careful. Shooting out those golden robots can net you some bonuses. Destroying the blue jet robots can give you some energy. So we have basically a QTE shooter right here. And yeah, it took until Tails actually decided to redesign the Tornado to give us a handle for us to hang on to. I'm reminiscing about Sonic Adventure and the fact that Sonic literally just stands on top of the plane. But yes, we have a combo buildup right here, and believe it or not, with this stage as well, we are also ranked in this. So you want to be sure to not be able to miss some or even get hit. And it's this one's incredibly fun to go for scores as well. We also get this awesome flyover of the piece of the planet that we're on. I kind of wish that we could see a crack in this planet, given how the planet is obviously like broken apart and things like that. I kind of wish that, but oh well, it's something. I guess I can't see it unless someone decides to remaster this game and actually decide to put that in. I don't know. Maybe when it comes to PC, we'll get that option. Even though I doubt they're gonna change much if they ever decide to port to PC. So right there's a blue jet, so we can get that. Don't want to miss those gold jets, which help your rank, basically. And yeah, enjoy it. I think I'm gonna leave it to the music and just let you enjoy this flyover, because not gonna lie, this music is actually really good. Well, I think that's enough reminiscing, because it's boss time.
What is that thing?
Guess who?
Well, Sonic, Prepare to be sunk.
Remember, Doctor, it is not yet complete. Handle it gently.
Silence.
The egg
Looks
cauldron.
Like you gotta beat that thing to get by.
Or you could just, you know, fly past it, basically. One thing that I didn't mention during that portion right there is that if there's obviously an option for a ship, dang it, I screwed up my combo. Prioritize the missile over the ship, because obviously the missile's what's going to hurt you. The ship doesn't, basically. But yeah, so you want to prioritize that. And yeah, so I screwed up my whole 100 thing combo right there. But I think it actually does stack towards the end of the ranks. I think, at least. I was just doing a tornado section just like earlier today. That was close. That's another thing I don't like about this fight is when it turns and launches a missile at you, and then you can't see what it is until it's almost too late, which is really annoying. Go. Infinity little something. I also gotta like how the how his AI basically said how like the machine is not like fully complete, yet he still brings it out to us. That is basically a trope for this game, and I feel like that's an Eggman trope just in general. Just the fact that like he doesn't exactly fully complete anything, and he just takes it into battle just to try and take down Sonic in any way possible. I keep screwing my combos, dang it. Anyway, there it goes. And he was too distracted but to try and destroy us.
What a disaster! Retreat!
Retreat! Retreat by plummeting! A 2-hit combo after all that.
Cool!
With that, we finally made it. Let's get past all the clouds to Spagonia.
It's Sonic?
Even though it looks more like the Attack on Titan B rank. Max combo was 101. I'll take it, but I wish I could have done better at that. That sucks. This is Spagonia, Sonic. Now let's go see the professor. Sounds like a good idea. The school teacher said was around here somewhere. Well, I think we'll go ahead and deal with that next time. So next time on Sonic Unleashed, we'll see and we'll try and find this Professor Pickle somewhere in the capital Spagonia. See you guys then.